Well, good morning, everybody. It's your old friend V. How's it going? I hope you're all doing well. I thought we would do one of these videos I love to do, which is just your standard kind of day in the life video. This time, we're going to go do a little bit of solo mole mining. Had a great experience the other night with several of us on board the mole. It worked great, which is one of the most important messages I wanted to convey. I mean, the mole's been kind of in an interesting state with the last, I don't know, maybe last couple patches. Depending on how many people you put on the mole, maybe the worse it would be. Exponentially, the worse it would behave. But it actually seems to have gotten itself into a little better state, which is great. So let's talk about the mole loadout that I have right now, and we'll go from there. So the mole that I am currently rocking is got the Aphorite livery, which I really do love this paint on the mole. I think it looks fabulous. Just adore that. In our systems here, the only thing that I have really upgraded is I've upgraded the Quantum drive to the XL1, and I put a couple of FR76s on there. You will find with the Helixes, you have to get pretty close sometimes to the rocks, and you will take a little bit of damage from time to time, even when you're perfectly outside the range for whatever reason. So it's good to, I found it's good to upgrade the shields a little bit. We're not seeing the issue where like gadgets were getting blown off of things too bad. Of course, I haven't had a terrible accidents or anything, but yeah, I mean it seems like we're in a pretty good state where even if there's a little bit of an overblast, you're not losing components left and right like before. So, of course, the main things that we need to talk about here are the lasers, right? And let's do that. So right here on the front, this front laser here, if I can. Apparently, I'm not that good at this. That's so funny. The game within the game. So in this front laser here, I have the that's the Helix laser. That's a size 2. I have 2 Focus 3s and a Rieger C3. This is the one that's, I mainly use. This is a good breaker for anything that's, I don't know, 18,000, 20,000 and down, depending on how things go. I am using this laser over here on the starboard side. That is the Arbor, and that is 100% my cleanup laser. It's for breaking like the small pieces that are like 3,000 to 5,000 that are left, and for scooping. So this is like fine articulation. This impact here, I have been thinking about maybe putting a second Helix on here lately. But I'm for this run I'm going to have the impact 2 with 2 Riegers and a Focus. This here, it can be a helpful laser when it comes to resistances. That type of thing. Let me talk about one other thing, though, that we're going to be rocking today, just in case. I have had really good luck with, believe it or not, with these right here. For instance, the Bormaxes are going to be really good if you run into a Quantanium rock. The Sabir is going to be really good if we run into like a gold rock. That's a really challenging situation. If for some reason we just needed as much power as possible, and we needed the optimal charge window to be better, I do have a wave shift. And if we really want to get a good cluster modifier going, I have an Optimax. Now, I'm just going to tell you, on the whole, it's the Sabir I use a lot, and the Bormax I use a lot. As far as out of the 4, I don't use these on every trip by any stretch of the imagination. I've really kind of, gone into this, kind of give me, take what the universe gives me, kind of mentality. And we'll talk about that a little bit. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the mole pulled. I know that's kind of a long preamble, and this is going to be a long video. So this is how things go, though. This is what I've been, I've been definitely doing my fair share of mining lately, and it's been great. I've really been enjoying it. Of course, same issues as it ever was. Really, the only purpose to mining is making some AUEC, and maybe it's not the most efficient way to make that here in the game, but it's the game loop I enjoy. So we'll go with it from there. Cool. All right, so we have the mole coming up. The nice thing about the mole is with the 96 SCU, you have some, obviously some wiggle room, and you also do have some options with the different lasers, and that's what's kind of fun with it. I will say, of course, the mole is exponentially funner when you have more people to get on. You know, that's no question about that. It's a lot funner if you have 2 or 3, you know, people, or you know, maybe one other ship out there as a scout and 2 other people on board, type of thing. That's a lot of fun. And soloing is great. I mean, it's a great way to make money. And I'll, you know, show you some kind of tricks of the trade here that I've learned to kind of get around the mole a little faster, kind of, you know, stepping off some of these staircases and ladders backwards and different things to, you know, every little bit helps when you're out here wanting to do a little bit of soloing for sure. So, all right, so engines are on. I fire up the UI. I, you know, generally will try to actually set Daymar, but sometimes, a lot of times it's obstructed, and that you see this a lot. So no, you know, no panic in that. We'll just go right back. We're going to go ahead and open. I'm going to switch over into nav quantum mode. And what we're going to do is just leave the actual hangar and fly down below the station. For whatever reason, the station seems to interfere with the navigational computer. So it's just a question of kind of moving a little bit. So up we go. Gear comes up. Gonna wait for the doors to clear a little bit further, and out we go. And like I said, the very first thing we're going to do is just kind of pivot and dive. We're looking for the bottom of the station. There it is down there. Ah, we came out a little. It's interesting, you know, obviously sometimes I have a small hangar, sometimes I have a large hangar, sometimes I have a medium hangar. You know, the kind of the placement of that's very interesting from time to time. All right, so once you kind of get down this way, you should be able to route, which is great. And then we'll go ahead and line up and get ready to head towards Crusader. The XL1 drive will make very short work of this particular jump, which is great. And I do like to mine in the daylight. We are heading to Daymar. A lot of times, if I'm solo prospecting, I'll go to Selin. I think that Selin has, you know, better size rocks. I do tend to find that Daymar's got a little bit more upsize rocks, and you know, finding things that are, you know, between 15 and 20,000 is always really good with the mole because you're going to get a lot more material. Whenever you do these runs, let me just also state, you never know what you're going to find. You know, you might find something great, you might not. You might be out here for 45 minutes. You might be out here for an hour. You might be out here for 30 minutes. It just depends. It's all luck of the draw. Sometimes when you go fishing, you know, the fish are biting, and sometimes they're not, right? So that's just kind of the nature of things. We'll head over towards Daymar. Now, the event is going on as well. The blockade for Seraphim is going on, and so I'm not contributing to that right now. I hope nobody's sad, you know, sad on the server. But you know, we're gonna do this run this morning. There's the camera ray. I think, yeah, Kudra. There we go. I'll just go to I'll head towards the Kudra ore mine. Now, let's talk a little bit about something that's changing in me a little bit. If you watch my channel on the regular, you know that I like to get Baxilite, Terranite, Gold, or Quantanium in high percentages. But I also have had many watcher, member of the channel, you know, say to me, you know, there are occasions where I think you pass up like tier 2 resources. That's, you know, I maybe what shouldn't do. And so I've kind of taken into that advice a little bit. So I'm also going to add to my, if it's Baxilite, Terranite, Quantanium, or Gold, if it's north of 40% within a range that my lasers can handle, I'm definitely going to go for it. if it's a tier 2 resource, that's like 52 to 55%, so you know, over half of it, and it's like a 20,000 mass rock, so I might end up with 30 or 40 SCU of a tier 2. I might break that as well. So that's what I meant when I said earlier I'm starting to kind of just, you know, go with whatever, you know, the universe provides in some level. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to fill up on a bunch of iron and go sell it for 10K. That's not happening. But the tier 2 resources I'm going to keep an eye out for as well. So anyways, did some scanning here. Found our first culprits, if you will. Switching over to mining mode now so I can scan them. It's always exciting the first couple of rocks you scan. You're like, hey. All right, so that's a 48% laranite rock, but a very little mass. The one caveat I'm going to attach to this whole tier 2 thing is it's got to be a mass that's a pretty good one. So this is 31% laranite, so it's going to be a north of 50% type thing with the more mid-tier resources. And it definitely has to be a huge mass, like 20,000 or 16,000 or something like that. So that being said, same rules apply for you know, for the tier 1, you know, for the good stuff. If it's over 40% and it's, you know, within a decent mass, we'll go after it. Good mass here, 17,402, and a holy mackerel, that's a 49% gold rock right out of the gate. Half that, you know, that's 20 some SCU of gold right there. That's good stuff. Now, I don't even know if I'll break that thing. That's going to be an interesting one. Now, here's a much bigger mass rock, which is great. And this is a laranite rock at 48%, but this is a nice rock right here for sure. So we're going to move in on it right off the bat. We've already found something good. I'm also I like to kind of, you know, get a little bit of perspective. Definitely not yet. And that's going to be pretty darn close. That's better. Now let me do this. This is going to be the type of rock where I'm definitely going to want to make sure I'm, you know, I'm very, very, very tight in the optimal. We'll have to see. One of the things they've taken away is kind of the, you know, the distance to the rock. So a lot of this is a little bit of, you know, it can be a little bit of back and forth, just back, you know, trying to get it lined up. So first trick here I want to show you is you can actually fall down the stair and grab it. You know, like, so I'm pushing backwards. Then as I start to fall, I push forward, I grab the ladder. And then you'll fall the rest of the way once you start your way back down. So it's a good way to break it, so break the fall so you don't actually take any damage. But it's a great way to get down the ladder a little quicker. All right, so I'm still behind the optimal here, which is, you know, not great. So I'm assuming I'm not going to get anything here because I'm still, like I said, behind the optimal. Oh. Okay, but this bodes very well, though. I can see it, like, I just got to get a touch closer. As you can see here, I'm not quite to the optimal line here, so I need to move up just a touch. But I could see already down there on my laser intensity at 100% that there was life. So this is good. I just have to reposition. This is a very slight reposition. It wouldn't hurt if I was a little bit ahead. But, you know, a little bit in front of the optimal line, but I definitely don't want to get into the area where I can damage the ship. And so, yeah, this is one of the things about the mole is there is a little bit more of this kind of stuff. And some people definitely find it tedious, and quite honestly, sometimes I do as well. That being said, you know, you just can't beat the flexibility. I mean, the mole is so flexible. All right, we're going to try that. I just moved a touch forward and a touch down. And let's see if that's... And once again, I'm just going to fall backwards, push forward, and then pull backwards again. And so that's... You can actually go pretty quickly with that little trick. You can go fairly quickly, you know, to get back into the you know, get back into the mining laser. All right, that definitely looks better. We're still further than I would want to be. But let's just see if that's enough. I thought I'd moved a little bit better than that, but here's the good news though, right? It's working. So we'll be able to break this no problem. We're getting good climb. You know, we don't have the thickest optimal window, but you know what? We have a very manageable optimal window. When it gets up in between the 100% and the optimal, I'll start kind of dialing back a bit. I definitely don't want to over break this. This is a nice gold rock right out of the gate with very, very little inert. You can see I've rolled to 87, watching it here. 87 looks like it's a real good, you know, something like that. It's about to pop in there. Whoa, 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 whoa. That wasn't fair. Look at it trying to hang out. You're not going to get me. No, I'm not allowing that. Oh. Wow, that's interesting how that was. And then I'm trying to let that cook out of there. That was a bit much. It just jumped right up in there. Did you see that? That's okay. I just let it decay out. It's fine. It didn't cause me any damage. So 30's too low. Let's see if 32 is start. It seems it's interesting. All right, 33 seems like it's decaying out. 34. Let's see what 34 is doing. Yeah, 34 looks like it's going to climb. I'll let it climb at 34. I really don't want to overcharge this rock. That was silly how it, you know, it just grumpily jumped like, you know, 10-15% of the overcharge in one little. All right, 35. All right, we're working our way back up here. 36. Yeah, now it's starting to push up. All right, I went back down to 35. Looks like it's a little bit more challenging break. Definitely not something I wanted to put the one of the gadgets on or anything. This is totally doable if you know it's obviously there's a little bit of instability, which is why we're seeing it bounce quite a bit, but we'll get there. 35 it is climbing, and it's probably about where we want it to be. Hopefully it will, you know, won't just blow through the optimal window when it finally does get up there. All right, I'm gonna I pushed it to 36. Just seems like it's being silly about getting up in there. Rolled it back to 35. Because it's interesting. It's really jumpy at 36, but at 35 it seems to be. All right. This is what we're looking for. It's moving along through there pretty good. 35 seems to be fell out. Right back in though, thankfully. So yeah, I think 35 was definitely the right power for the break. I'm gonna roll it to 34. I'm not looking to cause any problems. This is a good break. Now, notice that we're way out of the optimal range, but notice that we heard the attack on shields. I mean, we're nowhere near where it should damage the ship. That's just the way it's been, though. So that's why the extra shields. That's why I've been putting on the extra shields, for sure. So some of this might need to be cleaned up a little bit. That's a 60% gold. That's good. We're definitely looking for good high percentages of gold. This was a 49%er, 35% gold. 29% gold. There's got to be a piece or two of gold in here that did better. I mean, half of the thing was gold. Yeah, there's a 72. There's a 44.97. That's 65% gold. So it didn't break as clean as I'd hoped, I'll be honest with you. What is this piece down here? Huh. Yeah, for being a very low inert, it really didn't break as clean as I'd hoped. That being said, there's a lot of gold here. And so we'll work on a 60, 35, yuck, 35. Oh, there's a 72, okay. And I guess we will do the 60. That's right at the base of the... That's the lowest I like to take in. 35. Wait, is there one more down there? 48. 29. Yeah, I'll just leave this stuff on the ground. So even a 12-5 split's not that great. I mean, quite honestly, it's okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to have 12 SCU gold on board. That being said, at a 49%er with literally, I think, 2% inert, that could definitely... We didn't get the best break on that thing. It didn't break as clean as we'd hoped. Maybe the old cluster modifier might have helped us right there, but normally you get a 49%er, man. It's going to break clean, so that's okay. All right, so we're moving on. I'm gonna go back and switch right to nav scan mode, and off we go. Now, yesterday I was getting this weird thing where I wasn't necessarily always getting opportunity markers, so we'll have to see how that goes today. Oh, it looks like I am this time, though. That's definitely an opportunity marker, and that's definitely more things to mine, so, potentially. So let's approach those and see what we do. Now, I'm definitely still in SCM scan. Let's go ahead and go back to nav scan. They're right here. Not far, anyways. A little further than I thought. That's why, yeah, let's kick it back up in the nav scan and let's... There we go. Get us moving towards these things at a little better clip. Alright. Kind of get into mining mode here. Yep. And let's cross our fingers and see how we do. Beautiful. 20% Terranite rock. That's just not going to cut it for us. A little too low. Good stuff in it, but just not what we're looking for. 24,000 mass rock here. That's a 23% gold, so that's going to be a little bit lower than what we could, what we'd want. 28,000 mass rock. That's got, ooh, that's a really nice rock. I don't think there's any way in heck we're going to break that one. We're going to talk about that rock in a sec. Let me see what's... Yeah, that's a 20... This is too bad. This is just going to be a bridge too far for us, right? This is actually... This is a double tier 1. This is actually 36, 46, 56. That's actually a 60% tier 1 rock. And it's 28. It's just mass is just too massive. The reality is I know for sure I can't break that rock. We don't have the power. So I'm going to move on. It's too bad. That was a great rock. It's just, it would be a waste of time to try and deal with because it's just too... Now, I will say the sun's getting a little lower in the sky. And, as I've said to you guys, I like to mine in the day. So we may have to hit an OM marker and go back into some daylight. We're approaching some more stones here. All right. That's too bad. You really don't see too many 60%ers. That was a nice rock. Alright, 1371 mass. This is kind of a picker. And a Terranite picker at that, which is cool. 1618 mass. These are kind of smaller guys here. That's got some backs in it. I think these are mostly pickers here. Yep. Some backs in that guy. This guy's not a picker, but we'll have to see what it weighs. So 8,000 mass rock. Just 24% backs. That's not going to do it for us. Sun's getting a touch low in the sky for me. Let's go ahead and go to Nav Quantum. I don't want to make sure that I'm not... Yeah, there's nothing targeted, so that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the sticks. I'm going to find an OM marker. We are going to look around for an OM marker. There's one. And I'll do this once or twice. I do not like to mine in the nighttime. People can see you from hundreds of kilometers away. It's a dangerous thing to do, mining, and so it's not something I recommend at all. What is the orientation of the sun, anyways? All right, so it's there. So I definitely want to, head towards, do something like wolf shelter here. We'll head towards that. Try and get ourselves a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes of looking around for rocks without losing the sun, hopefully. Ooh, we're just getting in. I wonder if the sun's just kind of crossing over here. Maybe I went a little bit farther than I wanted. Alright, what do we have here? The garden. Yeah, maybe we'll head towards the garden. It's not that far. It'll get us, the sun will be a little higher in the sky. And so, yeah, so that's a lot of mole mining is positioning, which I hate to say that. I mean, a lot of the time, you're going to spend a lot of time articulating to the rocks. You're going to spend a lot of time just trying to get yourself in a good spot. Yeah, sun's much higher in the sky there. Love it. Awesome. And then we'll go back in the nav scan here and just off we go. So we cruise, somewhere between 330 and 350 as we look for rocks. And then let's see here. I don't see what it was talking about as far as an RS signature value. That's interesting. I wonder if it was going to the OM marker that broke it last night too, as far as and we'll see. It may not be necessarily broken, but I'm not seeing opportunity markers anymore. Or I didn't see, at least for the two that I was recognizing there. So we'll just play it by ear. We're cruising along here. Yeah, just hanging in here, looking around. I'm just doing some scanning. It seemed to be like there was one there. Oh, interesting. Oh, 1,800. Oh, 11,700. Oh, all right. Well, there was some over this way. Was there some right here too? That was just... Okay, that's a gem. And that's a gem. There was... Over here was a... Yeah, there we go. Alright. Let's see what we got. Good terrain here for sure for mining. Love the ridges in Daymar for sure. Okay, forward we go. They're going to be right here. Yep. Hey, lots of opportunities out there, though. Right past this ridge, huh? All right. Ooh, look at the big mass on that. Big old laranite rock. Alright. Igneous deposit here. 8,700 mass with 34% backs. It's a little lower than what we're looking for. 8,000 mass rock with 23% terranite. 3,000 mass rock. That's got some quant in it. It's going to be tough to turn that down, but unless something else has got something else in it, I don't really want to... I'm not ready to head in yet. And that's not quite enough quant. Look at that, 71,000 mass rock. That's not quite enough. At the end of the day, like if we're looking at this, it's total composition. It's 20% of 9 SCUs. So it's just like a couple of SCUs not worth necessarily heading in. I just don't have enough quite on board. So, all right. Oh, I was already seeing rocks over here. Holy mackerel. We'll head over to these guys and see what we see. All right. Yeah, an atacamite deposit, which is cool. Good mass. 17,000 mass is always good. Too bad that Hephaestionite's not up in the 50s. You know, I probably would actually go after it. Agricium or one of those. You know, it's just... You really want to make sure that there's very high percentages of it. That's just a picker at 970. Nothing we're gonna grab unless there was something really nice in this one. Nothing in that one. Okay. Oh, Oh, some more stones over this way, okay. Let's take a look, see what we got. Oh. There's a single rock right there. I'll look at it real quick. Oh, interesting rock. It's a Baxan Borase, so it's, you know, that's actually, once again, that's like a 62%er. But it's not both tier 1s, or else I'd be all over it. Definitely a nice rock. But didn't quite meet our standards. Alright. Keeping an open mind here, hoping that we can find something more to get our lasers on. 24,000 mass is great. Was Laranite, though, and too low a percentage. 1790 mass rock here. 40% Terranite. That's Picker. Looks like another kind of Picker here. And no, not quite a Picker, but nothing too crazy. Just a 3800 mass ore rock. Or iron rock. Another iron rock. And the Picker survey says 2831. 28% Terranite. Oh boy. Okay, so we've got a couple of different good fields here. We have one there and we have one over here. Keep this one right out in front of us, and then the other one is at it's on the port side. We'll turn that direction. Oh. Came up a little faster than I expected it to. That happens sometimes. All right, let's take a look at what we have here. Good. Couple of little calderas there. Looking cool. 70,000 mass rock. Holy mackerel. That is a big boy. So this makes you wonder. Yeah, that little guy's a 5,200 mass rock. With a little bit of gold in it. This looks like it could be a good weight in the 20s or something maybe. Oh, 9,000 mass rock. Just titanium in that one, unfortunately. Still 4 more to look at, and looks like a couple of them are going to be decent sized. 51,000 mass rock. This is probably going to have something nice in it. 50% gold. This is an 11,000 mass rock. Very nice mass for us. 49% Hephaestonite, so it didn't quite break our 50%. And I would really prefer more like 55, on those. That's a Grissium. That's not going to do it for us. Not in a high enough percentage. 1831. With a little bit of Terranite in it. Alright, so we're going to go this way, right? There was just... Yeah, I was going to say, I should be able to almost see them. Cool. Alright, let's see what we have here. Alright, getting a good scan going here. Let's see. 6,000 mass rock. Good mass. That is barrel and backs. Alrighty. 3,900 mass rock. Just some barrel. Flip side of that guy, 2,600 mass rock. Barrel. $8,800 mass rock. 44% Terranite. There's one that we're going to go after. This Picker here's got nothing. What do these two got in it? $3,500 mass rock. Barrel. 5,200 mass rock. 35% backs. Alright, well, we continue to kind of work our way here. Trying Gotta get a little perspective there. That doesn't look too bad at all. Just kind of making sure we're nice and secure there. Yep. All right, let's head down and see what we can do here. And this really is, yeah. Notice I didn't make the other side of it there. This is really mole mining though in a nutshell. I mean, the solo mole mining, this is it. I mean, you're your own scout. You've got to kind of go position, get on things, and all right, let's see here. Can I 0% 30% this guy? Yeah, that's not good. All right, that guy was gonna. This laser's is a bridge too far. Now I could back up. I am gonna see if I can just break this with my other laser and see if that will break it. You know, it seemed to be in a good optimal window. So let's go down. We'll just head down and see if we can't break it with a. If that won't break it, then what I'll do is I'll just back away. You know, I'll make some more room. So notice how I'm backing into those ladder areas. It's just, you know, it's just a lot faster traverse. It'll be interesting to see if this laser can break this. I hope it can. That's a heck of an optimal window. Good. Good, good, good. Perfect. Now, very, very low inert, just an 8% inert. Hopefully we'll get something clean out. There's not a ton of material in this. You know, there's maybe... I'm going to crank this up to 100 so it'll... I don't know. There it goes. I was going to say... See, like I was jumping up there just fine, and then it just kind of got stymied. 4.4 over 8. Yeah. We'll have to see how clean she breaks. Good, 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 good. Good break. All right, we're looking for some good level of Terranite here. And what do we have here? Yikes, first two scans were really low, which this doesn't necessarily bode bad. There's an 80%er. Good. Now that allows me to get this guy. Another 80%er. Good. She didn't break too bad. You know, couple in there that are definitely worth grabbing. That's a 13. So I'm kind of blocked here. Because I know... There's one more there. Might be able to scan it there. Yeah, I want that one. Hey, that was some fancy picking there. I think there is one more back there. I don't feel like grabbing the 9 or the 6 or the 13 to get to it. That's okay. We did good. Glad we were able to break that with this laser, and up we go. And we're not doing too bad right now at all. Keep on moving. Awesome. Okay, moving on. All right, what do we have there? We have a 55. Oh, and there's a couple of... It's showing them. Interestingly enough. Oh, it's showing them because... I know why it's showing those. It's because I've already seen those. That's why I went that far away to those things. So let's go ahead and we'll just head in a different direction here for a hot minute. That is gem. Definitely a single gem at 620. It's kind of funny. One gem alone in the verse. Pretty flat area here, interestingly enough. We're just going to keep cruising. Yeah, just kind of actively pinging. I definitely swing the nose of the ship a little bit in a kind of a cone as we cruise along. Good news is when you get a little distance like this, you definitely know you're not traveling over old ground. 9,000 there. All right, there's our next opportunities. Let's go in and take a peek. So far, we're about a third full, and we've got 20 SCU of good stuff. All right, what do we got here? 26,000 mass rock with 35% hephaestonite. Just too low percentages there. 19,000 mass rock with 36% gold. 8,100 mass rock, 47% agricium. 2,800 mass rock, 41% hephaestonite. So I don't know if I can break this. I'm gonna, because it has almost no inert, like literally 0.29. I am gonna try to break this, and I may end up using a Gadget to break it as well. This could be this could definitely be one where the Sabir is, really important. But let me just kind of line up on it first. Okay. That might be pretty darn close. I'm going to back up just a touch, and I'm going to go down just a touch. All right, we'll see where we're at in perspective of that. Now, I may need to get out and actually put a Sabir on this, and so before we do that, though, let me go ahead and do this. This ought to be interesting, actually. I don't know that this ship has any storage in it. I don't know. I'm going to go look. Just because I'm curious. I wonder, can I place those on here? I'm going to try and do that, because I'm going to need some wiggle room for my... Because my helmet will no longer fit in there. Let me... Alright, now can I just pick that up? Okay. Not equip. Darn it. Alright, hold on. Can I do... No, can I do 5. All right. Well, not what I'm looking for here. I'm going to want the Sabir, so let me equip that. And then where did... Well, hold on. Alright, so that's fine. Let's just do it that way. I'll have to figure out the whole helmet thing. There is a... Hold on, there's supposed to be like an alt... Is it alt... Left alt H? Yeah. Where, like, you're supposed to be able to, like... Carry? Oh, boy. Not great. I don't like taking my helmet off and throwing it on the ground, but I needed to get a drink here. Alright. Well, hopefully this is going to be okay. How about equip? Good. Well, it's... You gotta be careful. Star Citizen's always death by 1,000 cuts, so you gotta be real careful with stuff like that. Alright, so we're gonna put the Sabir on this... Actually, I didn't try to actually just bust it first. Can I get out of that? I mean, what am I doing? I thought I was gonna just see where I was lined up at first, but I just got kind of caught in my head doing all the trying to get myself a drink. I get some OCD about that. I mean, I get down to like 80% and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. You know, I don't know what it is. It's one of those things. Once it starts getting under, you know, around 80%, I start thinking I need to have a drink right now or it's over. And that's probably not ideal. Alright, cool. As you can see, I'm definitely not in a spot. Like, there's very little chance at 100% this thing's going to even make a wiggle here. It's not. Okay. So the first thing I definitely need to do is move. I want to be perfectly optimal. Now, I'm not, you know, or a little bit in front of the optimal. I'm not expecting to be able to break the rock, but, you know, lining up optimally is important because when I show you putting the Bormax on, and we'll see how, you know, that has its own. Sometimes it'll go on and sometimes they won't. Oh, boy. But the first thing definitely is always kind of lining up, and you would think that, you know, in this day and age they'd have some kind of a way to line up perfectly on the thing, but you'd be wrong. Alright, let's check that and see. That should be plenty. Good. I almost gotten to the point where I can turn around on the second fall. That's good. Alright, what do we have here? Now that is much better optimal. Oh! And hey, we can break that rock already, so we didn't even have to get out there and... That's a 19,000 mass rock, too. That's awesome. Love it. Now, this is lower percentage that I'd normally break, but it is 30, almost 36.5. Well, it is 36.5. And, you know, it's... Wow. Hard to believe this thing's holding at 33. And, you know, it's very, very, very low inert. Like, less than 1% of inert. So my hope is that we'll get, you know, some clean breakage here. Good. 61% gold, I'll take it. That's the lowest amount I'll take, but I'll take it. 60% is my... I don't want to mix it up too much worse than that. 80%. Hey, we'll take that. That's good. And we're gonna, you know, this should get us, you know, depending on the rest of this. This will almost get us half full. So we're cruising along. Nothing in that one. %100% copper is great. $54% gold. That huge one. This is probably not going to have a lot of gold in it. Nope. That's 54. Yeah, I'm going to grab that one. I mean, it's below my standards a little, but it's a 4,000 mass. I mean, that's, you know, that's tough to pass up. So we're at 50 SCU so far. That's great. And we're not doing too bad. I think we got, you know, around 30 SCU of good quality material on board. My goal on with the 96 SCU mole is to do 50, you know, 50 SCU of good stuff. You know, that's always the goal, and not a bad one to have. Wow, I was really thinking we were going to have to use the Sabir there. But we did it. That was cool. Alright, off we go. 620, and then what do we have? Oh, there's an 8,000. There's some rocks right over there. We'll roll on those guys and see how we do. It's right there. Alright, we'll see. Gonna cross our fingers and hope for something a little more here. That is 25% gold over 16,000. Very little too low for us on the percentage. The 36 did work out in the last round. 5,800 mass rock. 37% Terranite. What was the very low inert? 37. That would be about 6 or 7 SCU. I don't know. What do these pickers have in them? That'll help us determine, I think, a little bit. Just copper in that one. Little guy, 489 mass, with a little bit of barrel. Ooh, 666 mass. Yeah, the rock of the beast. No, we're out of here. I don't like it. All right, there's a 7,000 mass. Okay, and there's a 4. Both of those are gems. So we'll cruise over those. We'll pick up our speed and... Oh, hey. Wait a minute. There's something right over there. See what we got. I accidentally dropped my gear. Alright, got the gear back up. Alright, a lot of pickers here. I don't like it. Barrel. Barrel. Barrel is good percentage, like it's like a plus 7% or something at the refinery for CRUL1. 5,000 mass rock here. Borace. Borace. 13,000 mass rock here. Good mass. Barrel. Last but not least in this field. Nice rock. 8,200 mass, 46% gold. Definitely one we're going to do here. Yeah, we'll see where we're at right there. Little bit behind the optimal would be fine. It's a small rock, so. Weird. I don't know. There's something. There's like a shadow of an image. So strange. All right, another decent gold rock. You know, can't complain. We are definitely finding some nice gold rocks today. All right, we've got to be real. I'm gonna try this at 30 and see how it goes. Not bad. We might be able to do this one. Now, this is a little different, right? I'm going to have to just... I'm at my lowest percentage I can be for the laser. So I've got to be real careful here. This is the game. Yikes. You don't want that if you can avoid it. See how we're feathering just a bit? We're okay. Beautiful. Ooh, 100% her. Can I get it? It was almost like it was almost just out of reach. Nice. All right, what do we got here? 32% gold. That's not going to cut it for us. What do we have here? 17% gold. Nope. No, thank you. 2100 mass rock there with 87% gold. That's definitely a keeper. Okay. 976. 2% gold. 710 mass. 55% iron. There is one more down in there, but I can't. I'd have to scoop some trash to see it, and I don't know that it's worth it. Yeah, we'll move on. All right, well, you know, it's interesting. Generally, when we come over to Daymar, we normally will at least hit one decent. We've just got, for whatever reason, we've gotten lots of nice rocks, but a bunch of little ones, really, is just what it boils down to. Which is no big deal. This is just, you know, this is kind of, like, you just kind of take what you're given, you know, and that's the beauty, and that's a nice thing. The flexibility of the mole is so good about that, you know, so in that particular capacity. All right, let's just start moving. Cruising along here. Okay. I can see him there. Coming in hot. Right. Got about 56 SCU on board, and we're almost 40 of it is good stuff, so we're in pretty good shape. We're making good decisions so far. Wow, there's some Quant Rock, 40%. Hopefully there's something more in these. You know, we'll come back and we'll think about what that is in just a sec. 12,000 mass rock. Let's cross our fingers and hope there's something in there. Barrel. Shoot. Because we're getting to the point where that Quant Rock, you know, is a topper. Is it going to be a good run? Barrel. Cross our fingers here. Good mass. Something decent? Gold at 33. What was the inert at 36? That thing will break like trash. It really will. But there's a lot of gold in it. At 33. It's not terrible. I think I will at least break that and see what I get. And then, I mean, that's not a ton of Quantanium. It's not even 4 SCU. You know, it's basically got 2 or 3 SCU. So it's not 2 SCU or something, 2.5 SCU. And then, look. Alright, let me just make sure that there's no other something real close. There's some there. Oh, and there's ones I've already looked at there. Okay. Alright, well, I don't know that I can break this guy. Let's the same kind of deal there, right? As we had the last time. Let me kind of get real close. And see how we do. Now, it is a lower percentage of gold, so maybe it won't be as resistant. Hard to say. We need to get right on the optimal. Ooh, yeah, good. I was able to grab it. Or a little ahead. Wouldn't hurt. Oh, looks like it's right there. I think I'm going to be a little too close, maybe. We'll see. No! Not even budging an inch. Okay, well that's nothing wrong with that. Okay, this is me. I'm gonna land. I am gonna put the Sabir on this guy, and we should be able to break it. We'll see how it goes. You know, if I can get even just another 10, 15 SCU of gold out of this, and then turn around and pivot it. I mean, we've got a good run going right now. We've got, you know, close to 40 SCU of good stuff already on board. Looks like I can just land right there. Is that rock? Is that right where the elevator's got to come down? It is, just a touch. Is it right where the elevator comes down? Yeah, I might be able to get the elevator down. Let me just inch forward just a touch. Alright, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to watch the elevator. Okay, yeah, we can make that work. That's fine. So yeah, I'm glad you're able to see this, because you know, these have actually become kind of a regular part of my diet in the right situations. You know, I've gotten to the point where, you know, it's nice to be able to to break some of these rocks that are just a little bit, you know, out of range. And then I think I have the Sabir on my back, but I can't remember. Yes. Yeah, this is a thing sometimes, you guys. It's a weird... This can happen, and I don't like it. It's just, it won't leave my hands. I've had this happen before where it would not let me put it on the rock. I'll keep trying here. But you can see, like, there's just desync. It's like where it thinks the Sabir is and where it's actually at is just not in the same place. So I've had this happen before where we'll just constantly stick on the rock and leave my hand. I'm going to keep trying. All right. Ugh. So dumb. I mean, I really wish they'd fix this. This is the kind of stuff that it just is annoying. At the end of the day. I mean, I try to be as positive as possible. You guys know that. But it's just like, come on, guys. It's just, you know, make your stuff work, please. We have so little as it stands. It's just, could we just get the things that are in there to work? Yeah, I don't know that it's gonna work, guys. And it's just a shame. Well, I'll try it over here, though. When it starts doing that drag you away thing. Hey, maybe it stuck that time. Hey! Alright, we'll take it. We'll take it, we'll take it. Hold on. Get some field range going. Hey! Alright. Alright, we got it activated. So. Now the, now we'll go up in the air. All right. Well, this ought to be interesting for sure. Now, I did inch just a touch forward. So up we're gonna go. I don't think I'm high enough up. So we'll go see where we're at now in relation to the rock. I feel like I'm not orientated great, but we'll figure it out. Alright, well, we got the Sabir on the rock, so that should help significantly here as far as the braking goes. And we're still looking like we're in pretty good shape. Yup. Alright, well, let me do this, though. I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, I mean, even, you can see, look at, even at 40, you can see, like, my laser's almost off now. Like 30, I'm glad it's, 30 doesn't work. You know, it decays at 30. I mean, that's a good thing. But yeah, you can see here, this is going to be an easy clap now with that thing. I couldn't touch this thing before. Now, I am a little bit further up in the optimal too. So that's, that definitely could play a role. These helix lasers are very distance sensitive. This is great though. Hopefully we'll, this is probably not going to break clean. I'm going to be picking some trash up here. We're going to just, grab the you know, grab the cleanest bits of it that we can. And do what we can. I mean, there's a lot of SCU here. But you know, you've got a 36% inert, 36% copper. This is going to break like trash. And it's expected to. I'm just hoping that there might be a 20% or pardon me, a 40% or something. Yeah, 38%. That's not a bad. 100%. Oh, that's actually a good thing, the 100% inert. Good, almost a 40%er there. This is about what I would expect. 4,000 mass rock. Good stuff. Okay. 38. Wait. Yeah, there was one more down there. $44. Can I get that guy? Okay. This 38. I know I'm scooping a lot of trash here, but there's, you know, we're going to almost top off. And I'm going to pick up that little, you know, that 3 or 4 SCU. Oh, hey, there's a 60%er. It was hidden well. That's awesome. So that's 40. Yeah, we're doing fine. I mean, there's another 44%er. That one's not letting me break it. 100% inert. There's one more back there, too. That's okay, though. This here, I've got to break with the other laser, and then we'll reorientate ourselves. We will get that, we'll break that quant rock. We'll grab the little bit of quant that there is there, and we'll head in, and we'll probably, you know, looks like we're headed towards north of 200,000 as far as this run goes. We'll have to see when we get back, but... Oh, let's head it over to the other laser to break that 5,000 mass. Cool. Good stuff. All right, so there's this 5,000 mass rock right here that I would like to see if I can break. And I should be able to. Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. Very nice. Very, very nice. Excellent. Good break. $56% gold. We'll take that. $42 there. Let's see if we do have anything a little better than that. 74. Yeah, let's grab that first. $200 mass one here. 7% gold. We'll grab that 40. What is this big boy? 44% gold. Okay, we've got to be a little careful here. Yeah, it looks like it does look like we're perfect. So this is where we're at, right? We've got 40, almost 48%, and then we've got 10 of Terranite. So we're at 58. So this little, when we top off on this little bit of quant, we'll have done very well here. I mean, my goal is always have the 50 SCU, a tier 1 material. You know, or at least a high, very, very high percentage of clean. you know, tier 2 or whatever. But we've done well. We've gotten a lot of gold. Just gold's been crazy today. And that's the nature of the beast. So we'll reorientate on this Quant Rock, and we will, you know, we'll head in and we'll be happy with this run, because I think we're definitely north of 200. I think it was that guy right over there. Right? Yep. It's a tiny little man. It's a tiny little guy. Oh, I might be. Yeah, I'm a little bit too far forward. Where is that? Yeah, that's the rock there. Let me kind of do this. I'm gonna go use the little laser to break this guy, because it's just a tiny little guy. We'll get that scooped and we'll head on in. So, you know, we'll see how this goes here. Bang. Last bit of it here. Awesome. All right, so we're, yeah. Well, that's interesting. Oh, it's a picker. I had no idea it was a picker. Well, there you go. There's our 2 SEU topper. That was a picker. I didn't know. So, yeah, I mean, listen, even 2 SEU Quantas, you don't want to, you know, I'm glad we left the wiggle room for it, because you don't want to sleep on that at all. It's, you know, it's a nice little cherry on top on this run. You know, that'll actually add, you know, probably, you know, 10,000, 20,000 to the value of this run. So, all right, well, let's head back to CRUL1 and see what we got. All right, the first thing we want to do is AMB. AMB. And we'll go ahead and set a route to that guy. Perfect. Then we will put ourselves in Nav Quant. Okay. We'll climb to 2,000 and head towards CRUL1. There's one. Beautiful. There's two. All right, I'm very excited about the run we've done today. This is a very, very run-of-the-mill, typical mole run. For me, I always keep my mole a little more friendly towards the secondary breaks. There certainly is more high power, and I've definitely been thinking about doing something pretty high power. Maybe doing like a super high power laser on the port side. Laser, and then just kind of using something that will open the optimal window up big time. Like a wave shift. I think the wave shift's like a plus 100% optimal window. So even though like that'll at least give you enough wiggle room to kind of get a clean break in. But we'll see. Alright, heading on in here. I'm going to switch now to nav flight. Usually there's like a medium. They send me over this way. We'll see how it goes. Cruising into, decent clip for you know, for a mole, 350 plus. Absolutely no worries about the quant at all. There's a citizen there. Taking off. Just getting into arm assist. I'm going to go ahead and call for a landing. Rotate my VTOLs. Yep, there's my medium hangar over this way. So we'll dip under this stanchion here and climb and land here. All right. Good stuff. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Looks like we're coming in for a real pretty landing here. Got the VTOLs rotated. Looking easy, easy peasy. Gonna drop the gear. And we'll go. Beautiful landing there. Clean up here. You know, I always do like to get the repairs processed. You know, I like to say no service. Yep, that's great. And then, you know, you can kind of pop back from wallet there and do the other two. They're not as important. You just, you know, want to make sure you definitely get them done before you take off again. Turn off the engines. Go ahead and store this guy and get down and do some final numbers here. Take a look at what we're looking at. Alright. Awesome. Awesome. Boom. Alright, let's go ahead and I'll store this, store the mole. My thought is that this is going to be around 200,000, 210,000 maybe, at the half value. For a minute there, I thought it looked a little hoppy on the pad there. All right, elevator. Down to the lobby. Yeah, so this is, you know, I love doing these videos. I know that they're long and there's a lot to them, but I think you can learn a lot, you know, and I learn a lot when I get to talk through this stuff. So this is great. We didn't end up hitting any heavy tier 2 resource nodes, but you know, I'm not. What am I doing? I'm not afraid to give them a try now. If you get, you know, like if we would have got like a 25,000 mass rock with, you know, 53% laranite or 53%, you know, something that's a tier 2 like a Grissium or whatever, I would have definitely done it. We just didn't happen to hit that today. A lot of gold, some Terranite, and some Quantanium, so nothing to complain about there. I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that our half value is north of 2, you know, 225, 250 would be great. I don't know if it's quite going to be quite that high, but we'll see. Now, this is important to understand. This is the half of value. 192,000. So that's what I was thinking. It was around 200,000. So, you know, 192, obviously 19 and 19 being 38, so 380. But we're going to have some refining costs as well. So let's take a look at our refining costs. Argo Mole. We'll set that work order up. Quant. Gold. Terranite. Dinix Solvanation. Got a quote. looks like that's going to be almost 24,000. So 380, 360, 350. Yeah, so this run was, you know, somewhere around 350,000 worth of AUEC. So in the ever tightening AUEC market, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So anyways, yeah, that was it. That was your typical day in the life, every day, go for a mole run solo. That's kind of how they're done. So I hope that this serves you well. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in Northern Michigan. I hope that you're all having a lovely day, enjoying some time away from work. You know, just want to say how much I have enjoyed making these. Thank you all for continuing to hang and watch these and comment and be a part of the channel. I will be creating some more videos in the near future, so thanks for any future engagement on that front. And you know, signing off here, I will see you all around the verse.